What's up guys, so I'm back with another video, and today we are going to continue the series where I'm talking about personal cues on the big lifts, and today we are going to talk about the deadlift. Now, I prefer the conventional style of the deadlift and I don't claim to be a specialist in sumo, so I'm not going to give you my cues on sumo because I'm still in the process of learning it properly actually, but in the conventional my cues can be helpful for you. Now, the first thing that you need to look at is you need to position the bar over midfoot. It should not be too far out. It should not be touching your shins. It should be over midfoot, about an inch from your shins. That's the first step. Now, getting into step 2. When you actually tighten up your upper back, you're always going to deadlift more. You have to engage your lats. Unlike what is normally the perception, it's not a lower back lift, it's not just a lower body lift. Your upper back, your lats are engaged, your traps are engaged. How do you engage your upper back? How do you engage your lats? You can think of squeezing something between your armpits. That is going to keep your back tight, right? You can absolutely think of squeezing, say, a grapefruit between your armpit, or cracking a walnut between your armpits. That can be one method. The second is, you will always, in conventional, try to keep your hands as close as possible, just outside your leg, or just outside your leg stance is what I would say. It reduces range of motion, it helps you pull more weightage. If you want to put them wide out, it's going to become a snatch grip deadlift. It's better for traps, but you won't be able to lift as much weight. And again, compound movements, if you're not lifting as much weight with good form, you're not getting the bang for the buck for those. So just outside your leg stance, or just outside your legs, should be your hand placement. Technically, the most comfortable will be shoulder width, but obviously leverages will differ for different people, but it will be shoulder width will be most comfortable for the generic rule. When you grip the bar, you need to grip it tight. You need to grip it so tight that you're squeezing the life out of someone. It has to be that tight. It's like a circuit, as Brian Holzrue says. The body is like a circuit. You don't want to keep loose ends anywhere. You need to close the circuit, and that tight grip is going to close your circuit. Now, the final step, which I feel is very, very important to engage your lats, and that is pulling the slack out of the bar. Now, you notice there is a slight gap between the bar and the plates. And when you just ram into the plates with the bar and yank the bar off, sometimes what happens is you lose energy moving that short distance between the plates and the bar. That's called the slack. So what you do is that you get down, you drop your hips simultaneously. It is going to solve another problem which I'll tell you later. You'll drop your hips, use your hips as a wedge between your body and the bar, and you'll slightly tug at the bar to take the slack out of the bar. That will engage your upper lats beautifully. Imagine if you're using a light enough weight. So if I'm using, say, 100 kgs on the bar, it's a light enough weight for me. If I pull the slack out of the bar, it comes slightly off the ground automatically. So you're already at 20-30% power delivery when you're pulling the slack out of the bar. That is when you get tight. Pulling the slack out of the bar will engage your lats properly. It will also solve another problem. When you drop your hips and use it as a wedge, you will solve the problem of your hips rising too early while deadlifting. There are a lot of people who are going to face that problem of hips rising too early in the deadlift. That is one of the ways to solve those problems for you. You pull the slack out of the bar, drop your hips simultaneously, use them as a wedge, and you are automatically going to minimize your chances of your hips rising early. The slack out of the bar is the key step. It's going to add 10-15 pounds to your deadlift, guaranteed, if you're not doing it till now. When pull it out of the bar, again, the same drill. Take a deep breath. The deep breath is a must. Take the deep breath. Your slack is already out of the bar. Then you push the world away from you. You don't think that you're going to lift something. You just think that you're going to push the world away from you. You drive your feet into the ground and pull it up. Trust me, if you think about pushing the earth away or trying to push your feet into the ground, you will definitely be in a better position to lift that thing up. So yeah, I hope it helps, and I'll be seeing you.